sitting here, we've got just a little bit of a problem. And that is that this particular link of the seat assembly is so badly worn that if I push bushings in here, press new bushings in, it'll be unsupported in the area of the greatest wear. And there's a really good chance that the bushing will just collapse and fail at that point. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I was looking around online. You can actually buy these remade ones, and what the newly manufactured ones do is they actually have a pipe going all the way through this section. So I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of tubing. I've got some mechanical tubing here, and I'm going to machine it so that the bushings will be a tight fit in the sleeve. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to center it up on the hole, and then I'm going to use my boring bar to open it out so that the mechanical tubing can go in there. And I think that's going to be a much better fit. And then when I've got that done and the mechanical tubing fits through here, I'll go ahead and weld it in, and that'll be a rock solid repair for this, and we won't have any more problems. So I've really lucked out here. Had some mechanical tubing lying around with exactly the right bore diameter. I don't even have to machine it. And the wall thickness on the tubing is really good. And my new bushings are just going to press right in there. And so kind of what I've decided to do, because I have two full seat assemblies. I only have one seat pan, but I have two seat assemblies, and at the very least I can sit the seat assembly on the tractor. for lack of a better description. And it'll be something to sit on when you're trying to move the tractor around. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and fix both of them while I'm here, because it's easy enough to set up the mill to clean them out and weld them up, and then they'll both be ready. And the funny thing is, I think I actually have enough decent bushings that I can probably throw the second one together, although I might be short one or two pins. I'm sure I can kind of sort something out, because I drove out all of the old pins. So we should be good. Should be able to get two seat assemblies out of this. Okay, so here we are. Super easy fix. This is 1 1/4 OD by 3/4 ID mechanical tubing that came from probably either McMaster-Carr or Speedy Metals. And what I've done is, using a hole saw, 1 1/4 inch hole saw, I bored all the way through the section that was worn and walled out for the eyes, and I'm just going to weld in this tube in its place, and I will never have another problem again with this particular section, probably as long as I live, and as long as the tractor is being used. Really simple fix, and it's actually valid for all of the tractors that use this style of seat. So that'd be your Allis D10s, 12s, Allis D14s, 15s, 17s, even up to, I believe, the 175s and the 220s all use the same style of seat. It's a sprung suspension seat with a shock absorber. And here you can see I've got my 1 1/4 inch hole saw just set up in my milling machine. I could have just as easily done this on a drill press, but my mill is a bigger machine. All I have is a little tiny benchtop drill press from Harbor Freight over on the corner, so I tend to use this when I want to drill. And these are the sections, the plugs that I've gone ahead and machined out. Every single one of them was was walled out pretty heavily. You see that they're ovalized and that the bushing would be unsupported. So this only took, I don't know, it took a little bit because it's a hole saw. They're kind of slow. I didn't bother to record any of that just because it's boring as all get out. Forgive the pun. So we're going to go ahead and get the welder set up. I'm going to go ahead and set myself up with some 7014 rods, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a heavy weld on the 4 sides where they join in. I'm not going to bother to weld this thin section, but I'm going to put a good bead in 4 places, and then we'll blast this off and get it all ready for paint. Alright, there we are. They're all welded out. 2 good heavy welds on either side, be more than enough for the load that these are ever going to see. and then we'll be able to press brand new bushings into the one, and I'll pick the best of the used bushings to push into the other. So I have two complete seat sets that are at least partially operational, and then one of them can just sit on the tractor to make it easier to move, and the other one's going to go on my D12 project. So this is pretty good. Consider that a big success. Only took like an extra 10 minutes to do the second one while I was here, so I consider that a really good fix. And we'll go ahead and get these blasted off, and then we'll assemble all the bushings into the seat, and then we will go ahead and lay this out so that we can get the industrial orange paint onto this, and it's gonna be really good. Yeah, good stuff.